Welcome to your daily dose of Poverty Proof, how the rich think differently and how you can train your brain for wealth. Today, let's take a bit of a candid, intimate moment to talk about something close to home, and that is the idea of using a negative stimulus in order to build your wealth mindset. Let me set the scene for you. In the opening chapters of Poverty Proof, I reference some international research that points out the top two predictors of an upward or downward trajectory. They are very simply faithful maintenance of a family, which is to say, not having children out of wedlock, and work ethic. Those are the number one and number two large-scale determinants of upward or downward trajectory. Now today let's focus on the work ethic side of things. Many people who are building their wealth, building their careers, starting their own business, will put in extraordinarily long hours. And there has to be something underpinning that discipline. When we set our goals, we often tend to do a very obvious thing, which is to think about the house, the car, the future lifestyle, the thing that we are working toward. I've often found that it can be as powerful, sometimes even more powerful, to work away from something. And that is to get away from something that you don't want to be a part of your life. When I was about 11, 12 years old, my family and I went through some very hard times financially. And when you're 12 years old, you're really not focusing on financial sinkholes. You're more sort of obsessed with skateboarding, drawing comic strips and so forth, and you tend, perhaps mercifully, not to notice what's going on around you. One event that really brought it home for me, and this has become what I think of as my icon of the lifestyle I want to avoid, my icon for poverty in my world. Our local church used to bring food baskets around for us, and it brought up this incredible mix of emotions. On the one hand, you're very grateful that someone is helping your family and taking care of them, and on the other hand, you're very embarrassed that they have to. And I can still remember, because my younger sister was very small at the time, that each of these food baskets would arrive with a small box of baby formula. And I can remember how looking at those boxes of baby formula made me feel vulnerable about my place in the universe. And I can remember looking at them and thinking, this is not what I want life to be. And that image, perhaps more than aspirational goals, helped me to push hard when I needed to. What's yours? If you'd like to share it with us, don't have to go into gruesome detail, but place your image in the comments section below. Tell us what is the thing you are working away from. Sometimes just verbalizing it and articulating it helps to clarify in your mind what you don't want out of life, and it spurs you on to put in that extra effort. Make no mistake, work ethic, the amount of work that you do, is one of the greatest determinants of who escapes the poverty trap. It is one of the greatest determinants of an upward or downward trajectory. Naturally, the reason you want to follow a channel like this one is that if you're going to work hard, you also want to work smart. It is incredibly possible to work backbreakingly hard all of your life and remain poor if you aim your work in the wrong direction. So we want to be smart about that, and that's why I like to share these wealth tips with you on a daily basis. For now, what's the thing you are working away from? What is the image in your mind of what you don't want out of life? And are you using that to spur you on to create a better life for you and your family?